Welcome to the Don't Get Fooled Show with Big Ray and Ace, NFL Week 8. Let's go, Ace.
All right, boys and girls, NFL Week 8. Big Ree cannot wait for Week 8. Cannot wait, Big Ree. It's going to be a juicy, juicy weekend. It's going to be one of those weeks where boys and girls are going to get their Christmas gifts paid in advance. Before we get into the episode, welcome everybody that's new to the channel. If you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button. Let's get some likes. Let's get 500 likes on the video. So if you like the video, hit the like button and definitely comment. The best part of the interaction is comment below. We love to hear all the feedback and we'll do our best to reply to everybody.
Make sure to purchase your merch. It's all right there. Nice Christmas gifts for the holidays.
Get the fam. Get that DGF swag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get those coffee mugs, get those hoodies. And also people that won the giveaways, DM us. Make sure you got the, you got your merch and let us know how it is, how it fits. So hit us up on the Instagram DMs. But yeah, let's get into the quote of the day, Big Ree. This is a great quote of the day. I love it. If I had listened to the critics, I'd have died drunk in the gutter. Once again, the quote of the day. If I had listened to the critics, I'd have died drunk in the gutter. Anton Chekhov, playwright. What do you think, Big Ree, about the quote of the day?
Love it, because when you listen to other people, then you're gonna blame them, and they're not gonna take your fault for it. You're still gonna be at fault. So do whatever you want, and then you have no one to blame besides yourself.
And don't listen to the haters.
Yeah.
They're like the critics, like the people that are talking trash. You start listening to them and start believing what they're saying is true. You're done.
Yeah.
That's it. You wanna be a professional athlete, and people tell you ain't gonna make it to the league. You're done. That's it. You ain't going D1. You start listening to them. You're done.
Yeah.
You start a business like, hey, this is not going to work. This business has no chance. What are you doing? You're done. You start listening to them. You're done. So it's basically saying like you can't be listening to the critics. Same for us. Even we can even relate this to the show. How many haters do we got on the comments?
Multiple.
And just over the years that people. They come and go, and they start commenting nonsense, and it's part of it. We don't, we listen, we read comments, but at the same time, like none of that really bothers me or sways us one way. So I think in general, you can't let. I think there was once a quote or somebody said like, "Hey, if you're not writing my paycheck, I'm not listening to you." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're not somebody so important to me, then it doesn't matter what you say. So it's basically. You start listening to the critics, you're writing your own death, basically.
Yeah.
And I think you got to just move on. I mean, and don't let people put you down, right?
Right.
Everybody's your best friend until things don't work out, right?
Exactly.
And, they always remember. They don't remember when times are good. They want to remember when times are bad.
Right.
And I think this is a great quote, and it's just. Everybody that's, like I said, we're on season 9, Big Ree, just to kind of relate. We're on season 9. There's a lot of people that have been with us for day one or been even the last 3, 4, 5 years, and they've seen the streaks that we go on and on our picks. And so, yeah, I mean, look, dude, it's just this how it is. But I love this. Everybody just take this as motivation. Don't let the haters, the critics put you down. You just do your own thing. Don't pay attention. You just move forward. That's it. Stay confident. Even if you get discouraged a little bit, it's okay. Just, you have a bad day, bad few days, you simmer it over, and then you move on.
Yeah.
All right, Big Ree, let's get into a recap of last week. We went 3-3. For us, a 3-3 week is kind of a doozy of a week, right? If we're not going at least 4-2, then it's not really a good week for us. But 3-3, just an even week. You went, we'll say, but you went. One thing I want to just give a quick notice. You told everybody go big on the Cardinals. Bet your paycheck on it. Go heavy. And the Cardinals came through big time.
Yeah, and even if they didn't win, they were still covering my 3.
Yeah, exactly. Even if they didn't win the game, they would have covered your 3, but they did win, and they covered, and you went big. Even Harry B, I said he was here in studio early on. Heavy. heavy on the Cardinals, and even he was saying it. Even he was texting me the day before, and I was like, "Dude, Cardinals better hit." So he's going really heavy on them, and I was like, "Hey, Big Reese going hard." He's saying it, and so I think that was one of the picks that it was a Monday night pick. The whole team cleaned up on, and I hope all the DGF viewers did as well. Let's kind of go on a quick recap. Broncos beat the Saints 33-10 on Thursday night.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler just isn't it. All they have left is Alvin Kamara.
They just don't got enough, man.
Nothing there.
Olave's not playing. Shaheed
is done for the year.
And they just look like complete crap against the Broncos. I honestly like the third-string quarterback, Rayner, out of Fresno State.
Yeah, I think they should play him.
That guy actually looks pretty decent.
They got to put him in. I think they should.
I mean, look, Rattler, I'm glad he made the league after, he was in Oklahoma, then Caleb took his spot, and he transferred to South Carolina, but he's not looking good. Broncos, got to give them credit. Sean Payton, he wanted to win against his former team, and he got the W win. He sent a message.
Yeah.
And so congrats to the Broncos. But other than that, both of these teams stink, and I don't want to talk anything else about them. Jaguars 32-16 against the Patriots after being, down 10-0 in London?
Yeah.
And then Jags put 22 in the second quarter, and, Jaguars 2-5 after, a little shaky start. Are they going to make a run, Big Ree, or no?
No, but good win for them. They needed it.
Yeah,
the Patriots, good for you.
Yeah, they did need it. Tank Bigsby looking pretty good at running back. Brian Thomas Jr. looking pretty good.
BTJ looking great.
So, Jaguars got some young weapons. Just they got to keep developing. Maybe they're a couple years away from being contenders, at least for a playoff spot. Seahawks spanked the Falcons 34-14, Big Ree. Anything to say here?
I'm more impressed with Seattle than being disappointed with Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, Geno Smith looked well. I mean, this is kind of the typical issue everybody has with Kirk Cousins. 1 week, 2 weeks, he looks great, and then he comes back with 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 interceptions and a fumble. I mean, you can't win games when you have this many turnovers. And clearly, they're at home and they got spanked by 20 points. 20 points. I mean, but I don't have anything else to say about this game, Big Ree. Bills 34-10 versus the Titans. This was one of my picks, actually, and I regret it. I was ripping the Titans. I got fooled by their defense. First they were up, they were up 10-0.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
They were up 10-0. I was like, oh, plus 9.5 looks pretty good. And then even going into the fourth, it was 17-10? I was like, this looks pretty solid. And they just got spanked in the fourth. But, my fault. Look, it was not a bad pick, but I shouldn't be picking the Titans. It's just, I'll take responsibility here. But, Josh Allen, once again, no turnovers. The guy, when the guy doesn't turn over the ball, the team plays well. And if he can continue this, these guys are interesting. Are they going to make the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. But I think if Josh Allen cannot turn over the, turn over the ball, these guys are an interesting team. Yeah. But nothing else. Anything else you want to tell on this game? Bengals 21-14 against the Browns. Big Ree, the Bengals, after a slow start, putting some wins together. Joe Burrow's looking pretty solid.
Yeah.
Browns, another loss. Big news out of this game. Deshaun Watson, torn Achilles, out for the season.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about this?
I never wish injury on anyone, but this could be a blessing in disguise. I think they were going to bench him eventually. Very soon. It was coming.
Potentially coming.
It was coming. So now they can see what they have. Jameis is the starter, they announced.
Oh, they good, yeah, because DTR is not the guy.
And Bengals, they need this win more. I thought it would be a lot closer than it was. Obviously, I picked the Browns plus 5.5 or plus 7. I forgot what I got it at, sorry. And but yeah, and this game, I was very disappointed in the Browns. They as bad as their offense is, they have a good defense.
I mean, honestly, on this game, Deshaun Watson's having the best game of the season. 15 for 17, 128. I mean, the guy was playing really good, and they potentially could have won this game, and then he goes down. It's sad because who knows? They win this game, and they got Nick Chubb back. He didn't look great, but they got him back. It's going to take him at least 3-4 weeks to just even look decent, in my opinion. But it's sad for Watson. He's out for the season. I mean, Browns have nothing to gain by cutting this guy. All his money is guaranteed.
Exactly,
So I don't think he's going to get cut. At this point, let him rehab, and he
What do
might
you think
be
his trade value is?
He has no trade value at all. Zero. Nothing. Nobody's trading for this guy at all. No chance.
I think he'd be a good fit with the Raiders.
I mean, at this point, any QB could take over for the Raiders. I mean, Minshew looks like complete crap.
They signed Desmond Ridder.
I saw that. Yeah, I mean that guy's a game manager, serviceable backup. I think they could have done better than that. But yeah, I mean, look, I hope he gets. I mean, look, they're saying maybe he can get back in a year. Watson, he's got he just mentally everything that he's gone through, it just that takes a toll on a person.
Yeah.
And hopefully he's still young. He's not like he's 40. This dude is 28. He's still 28, 29. Right. He's a young dude who gets better in a year, and he's 30 years old, and he's shown that he can be a top 10 QB in the league.
Yeah, he is, for sure.
So
he doesn't have that in him anymore. He's done.
You think he's done? His career's done?
His career's not done, but he's not going to be what he was in Houston.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know. I'm rooting for him, so I can't say that, and I'm rooting for the Browns, but yeah, but let's not talk about the Browns. Their season is done. Packers 24-22 versus the Texans. First of all, what a game. Back and forth, and Jordan Love leads the Packers down in the last minute, gets them in field goal position. They win the game on a game-winning field goal. This was my pick. I had the Texans +3. They covered here. What are your thoughts, baby? This is your team, and then I'll get into my thoughts. What are your thoughts?
Packers played like crap, and they still won.
Yeah, I mean, Packers did play like crap. Jordan Love, another 2-interception game. Not good. But they did get the win, so that's all that matters. And now they're 5-2 after that Week 1 loss to Philly, 5-1, and they're getting the win. So, even as bad, it's kind of like Mahomes. Mahomes playing horrible, and they're still winning. So, these guys are still winning. Texans, look, the Texans are a good team, but, dude, without Nico Collins, these guys are completely handicapped. I mean, what, did C.J. Stroud 86 yards passing?
Yeah, but he can't be using that as his excuse.
What do you mean? They're losing their best wide receiver.
Jordan Love played without his top 3 wide receivers last year, and he won.
So you keep going over this and saying like Jordan Love has no receivers. How do you know his receivers are not really good receivers? How do you know Watson, Jaden Reed?
Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and Romeo Doubs were out. He freaking figures it out. There's QBs that figure it out, and he still has Stephon Diggs.
All those guys are missing in the playoffs?
Yes, and they
were all missing in the playoffs.
And it was a regular season game. We're talking
one game.
Are we talking?
Okay, but one game.
What are we talking right now? Are we talking playoffs?
Okay,
or regular
but one
season?
game.
Are we talking playoffs or regular season?
Regular
right now?
season.
Okay, thank you.
But you're acting you're acting like Jordan Love played without his top 3 receivers for a whole year.
So Nico Collins
played one game.
He still has Stephon Diggs. He has Tank Dell. Stop making excuses.
You're the one that said Stephon Diggs is washed. You're the one that said it.
Is.
You said he's washed.
What?
So now you're playing with your top 2 receivers gone. You're playing with Tank Dell that's coming off a season-ending injury. So you're playing with Dalton
Joe Mixon
Schultz.
had a career day too.
But you got no receivers, and they still were leading with a minute left. And so if you don't add a top 10 receiver, and you don't think that makes a difference?
Your team wins the turnover battle 3-0, and you lose the game. That's a shame on you.
Yeah, I mean that's a problem. That's a problem, but at the same time, you're acting like Jordan Love is playing with his top 3 receivers for the whole season. Absolutely not.
He is playing with his top 3 receivers.
Without his top 3 receivers for the whole season.
Thanks for telling the camera the facts.
What? That's not the facts.
You said you're acting like he's playing with, not without.
I'm correcting it, Ree. Were they playing without their top 3 receivers for the whole year?
No, it was one game.
Exactly. One game.
One game. Watson was out multiple games. Dobbs was out multiple games.
Multiple games. How many games did they miss?
Watson missed at least 6 games. I can't go off the top of my head.
How many games did Jaden Reed miss?
I don't know off the top of my head.
You don't know how many he missed?
But there was a game. Jordan Love turned a practice squad guy into a solid wide receiver. Bo Melton, who's on the team now.
Okay. So they got to win they're missing their top 3 receivers. Okay, congratulations, Jordan Love. But what does that have to do with the Texans missing Nico Collins? You're acting like...
Figure it out. Don't make excuses.
Who's making excuses? I'm telling you, missing your top receiver is a big deal in the NFL. It's a big deal.
Certain QBs make excuses. Others figure it out.
And Jordan Love has figured it out. What has he done? What has he done in the NFL? What has he done in the NFL? How many playoff wins does he have in his career?
1.
Okay, great. He's figured it out. He has 1 playoff win in his career, and he's figured it out. He's had 1 playoff win.
You're acting season.
You act like he's won 10 playoff games and he's going to the conference championship
Patrick
every
Mahomes
year.
figures it out. There's certain QBs that can figure it out. There's certain QBs that make excuses.
That is true, but I don't know if Jordan Love is in that conversation yet, Big Ree.
He's not. I can agree.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
Jalen Hurts can't play without A.J. Brown. He sucks ass.
He does suck without A.J. Brown.
There's certain QBs that can't play without their number 1, but I don't want to hear that C.J. Stroud's better than Jordan Love ever again. Ever.
I think that
discussion is rest in peace.
I don't know about that discussion, rest in peace. I think there's still a lot to be said there. You know, Jordan Love, this is what, his 5th NFL season? 5th?
Yeah.
And C.J. Stroud is 2nd season. So I don't think there's even a comparison yet at this point to even say anything. But congrats to the Packers, guys. They're 5-2 after potentially when Jordan Love went out in week 1 that their season could have been done. So they've, put it together. And the Packers, I got to give them credit because people are like, hey, Ace, you're not giving the Packers credit. Look, they won. That's what matters. They won. Jordan Love, interceptions, they won. So, yeah, do I feel like those interceptions are going to catch up to him? Absolutely. But at this point, they haven't, and they won. They're 5-2. Shout out, credit to the Packers. Let's move on. Colts 16-10 versus the Dolphins. Anthony Richardson. I want to know your thoughts on Anthony Richardson. Like, what's going on with this guy? Is this guy already looking like a bust? Or what's the deal? Because he's not looking good.
He's not looking good at all. And playing against the Dolphins, it was not good. They did win this game, but it was the Dolphins without Tua, but we'll see. I mean,
he shows flashes, right? I mean, but this guy is just, his completion percentage is horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. And but they're 4-3. So obviously Joe Flacco helped out, but they're 4-3, but congrats to them. Let's go to the next game, probably one of the games of the week as well, just compared to the Texans and Packers. Lions versus the Vikings. Shootout back and forth. Minnesota came back and took the lead. And then the Lions, brought it back and won the game. But what a game, Big Ree. Who are you more impressed with here?
I would say the Lions, obviously. The Vikings played great too, but I thought they were going to win. If I had to pick, I would go with the Vikings. But the Lions won, and kudos to them.
Yeah, Jared Goff. Goff is looking like he's a MVP candidate, and this guy's 22 for 25. Jahmyr Gibbs is playing lights out. Dude, these guys their offense is looking good. I don't know about their defense yet, but their offense looked good. I honestly thought the Vikings would win this game also, and they looked like they came back, but they weren't able to close it out. But great game, both exciting teams to pay attention to. I don't even want to discuss this game. Eagles 28-3.
I don't know what to say here.
Other than Saquon Barkley balling out, he's
revenge game.
He's looking really good and he's playing great. So that's a big deal. You add that guy, he's motivated, and he was the number 2 overall pick for a reason, and he's starting to show why. Rams 20-15 over the Raiders. What are your thoughts here, Big Ree?
Vegas special.
You had the Raiders in this one, and you covered that one. +7. Raiders leading the league in turnovers. They cannot control the ball. That's their problem. They're actually not even that bad of a team, but when you turn over the ball that many times, you can't win any games. And I think the Rams are just sneaking out these wins when their defense is horrendous. But they're getting 2-4 team after this win, and everybody's talking about like the Rams like they're a really good team. I'm not buying them. Commanders 40-7. This is what I want to talk about. 40-7 against the Panthers, Big Ree, without Jaden Daniels. He played 2 plays there.
Yeah.
So what do you think? That says a lot. Like, even Harry B was telling me, hey, is Jaden Daniels just in the system and he's playing well? Or is he really good? Because Marcus Mariota came in and played just as good, played great.
No, Panthers defense just sucks. I think Jaden Daniels is still really good.
Okay, so you're saying it's just Panthers are horrible. I think we all figured out that, yeah, Bryce Young was the problem here, right? Bryce Young was the problem with the Panthers. They had to bench him because, yeah, he was the problem, but they are so great without him, losing 40-7 to the Commanders without their starting QB. Congratulations to the Panthers organization and Dave Canals? Rob Canals? Dave Canals. The guys made a great decision.
He did play this game, just FYI.
He did?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
At the end.
They threw him in the garbage time again? How did he do?
Trash as usual.
Bryce Young?
Yeah.
What was his stats?
I don't know. Are they on here?
What do you mean? You better be able to back it up if you're saying trash. I don't think he played this game. Are you sure he did?
Yeah.
Last game he played in the back. Are you sure he played? I want to know. Look up his stats. I didn't see that he played. I thought so I think in the third quarter I was watching. They didn't play him yet. So you're saying in the fourth they put him
I
in?
could be wrong. Yeah. It was probably the previous game.
I don't think they want to be embarrassed. They're not going to put him in right now.
Yeah.
But Commanders 40-7. They're moved to 5-2. That's congrats to the Commanders. They're leading the division, right? With the Eagles right behind them. The Chiefs 28-18 over the 49ers. This was my lock of the week, boys and girls. And the Chiefs, they won. I don't know how they won 28-18. What are your thoughts, Big Ree? And then I'll get into my thoughts. But
all the Niner fans' excuse is going to be Ayuk went out, obviously out for the season, and Debo got hurt.
Uh-huh.
That's all they're going to say.
So what are your thoughts?
Chiefs are just a better team, and like I said earlier, when your receivers get hurt, you have to figure it out. If you're Brock Purdy's a QB who cannot figure it out. That's pretty clear as day. And Patrick Mahomes didn't even play great.
Played horrible. Yeah. 154, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns.
Kareem Hunt is old Kareem Hunt, and they just whooped them.
Yeah, I mean, this is a surprising game. The Chiefs just played like crap, and they still won. Look, I always rip Brock Purdy. Everybody knows that. I've been ripping Brock Purdy from day one. This guy had 3 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. But I'm going to be the first person to say that I don't put this loss on Brock Purdy. Even though he had 2 interceptions in the red zone and that could have changed this game. Once again, I'm on the thing that, hey, he lost Debo, he lost Ayuk, Jawan Jennings didn't play. Even with the scrubs that were there, this guy was taking them down. Like, he was making this a competitive game with those scrubs. So I actually want to give Brock Purdy credit. Like, it could have easily, this guy's had no chance to even move the ball. He actually had a chance. They were down 14-12, and they were on the 30-yard line. They were about to at least get a field goal. Like, I was impressed with Brock Purdy, even though, and then he threw 2 bonehead picks at the end in the second half. But, I don't put this loss on him. You can't play with your top 3 receivers and your top running back out and expect to beat the defending champions. You just can't. I don't care if you're at home. But kudos to the Chiefs. I don't know how they're doing it. You got Mahomes, who has, 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions on the season? 8 interceptions on the season, and they're undefeated. He had that huge, 33-yard run. That was unbelievable. But, I'll give the Chiefs credit, but I'm not buying them. I'm not saying, hey, I still don't regret this pick at all. I still think the Chiefs are going to get exposed. I'm not buying them at all. And I know a lot of people are saying, hey, I'm taking the Chiefs every week and not going against Mahomes. That's all good. That's fine. Keep doing that, but I'm not buying the Chiefs. Here's another one of the big games of the week. The Steelers beat the Jets 37-15. Russell Wilson started for the Steelers, and they just blew out the Jets. The Jets, brought on Davante Adams. He played in this game. And what are your thoughts here, Big Ree?
I guess Robert Saleh was the problem, right?
Clearly, Robert Saleh was the problem because they had to fire him, and they looked so much better in the last 2 games without Saleh. Right, so much better.
Yeah.
That he was the problem here.
And Aaron Rodgers has no weapons, so we know that.
Aaron Rodgers, you got Davante Adams, you got Garrett Wilson, and you got the running backs. But my thought is, look, your team sucks, and the biggest problem with the Jets is Aaron Rodgers. Every week in and out, I've been saying this, you're getting your ass spanked, just handed to you, and you're more concerned the next day to go on a sports media talk show and start talking about the team than focus on improving and getting better. He is the problem right now. That's it. That's the problem with this team, Aaron Rodgers. And as long as he's the QB, they have no chance at all. At all. They are done. That's it. Aaron Rodgers, they're going to make some run in here because they have a weak schedule. Oh, maybe they'll make a wild card.
Everyone's going to hype them up because they're going to win this week. I think they play the Pats.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers is the problem. This guy is just a diva, a bonehead. And with this guy as your QB, more concerned about making appearances on talk shows, on sports media talk shows the next day than trying to be in your practice and figuring out why we're 2-5 and we just lost by 22 points to a Russell Wilson-led Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a problem.
I got to give Russell Wilson credit, too. I said it was a bad move, and Russell Wilson played amazing.
Russ played well. You know, he started off slow. He played well. He led them, and I'm riding Russell Wilson. I said all along that they need to play him, and let's see where he can take them. This kind of goes back to my thoughts on, like, hey, I said this years ago. You should have rode with Trey Lance instead of Brock Purdy. Like, you traded away Trey Lance for Brock Purdy. Look, he's a decent QB, but you're not winning. Same here. You're not going to win with Justin Fields. At least with Russ, you have a chance. He has experience. He's done it before. You ride with him and see where they can take you. And I'm making a bold prediction, Big Ree. The next season, at some point next season, for indefinitely, Bryce Young and Trey Lance will be starting quarterbacks in the league.
Okay.
That is my bold prediction of the week. Mark my words, Bryce Young and Trey Lance will be starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Let's go to the Monday night games. Panthers, Ravens beat up on the Buccaneers 41-31. Derrick Henry looking like the steal of the offseason.
Yeah.
Shame on what? The Cowboys didn't want to pay him?
What do you got to say about Grandpa Jerry?
Yeah, just...
What about his comments, though?
What was his comments?
He might not have fit in our system, and we didn't have the money.
Excuses. We didn't have money, but we could pay Dak $60 million a year? We could pay Dak $60 million and CeeDee Lamb $35 million a year? But we don't have Derrick Henry. He looks like the steal of the offseason. I mean... bonehead decisions by management is what happens. That's why your team sucks. I mean, this is the problem. These guys are in charge. They buy ownership and then they can run the company. And they don't know what they're doing. But look, Ravens look really good. Buccaneers, their offense looks good, but now they lost Godwin to the season.
And Evans is hurt too.
And he's out for a few weeks, so I think they're going to take a big step back. They probably will go on a 3-game losing streak.
For sure.
It's going to be tough for the Buccaneers. And then the game of the week that you picked Monday night, the Cardinals, your lock of the week. You said go big. Cardinals beat the Chargers. And, you know, Kyler Murray looked pretty good. He had a big running touchdown, and he looked solid. I mean, didn't have that many passing yards. Herbert had, 349 passing yards?
Yeah.
No touchdowns, though.
As usual.
But, yeah. So let's move on, Big Ree. Let's move on to the BS segment of the show, Big Ree, the most favorite segment of all. We're gonna get into our other food trying segment, but we went out with the boys this weekend. Well, you were out, Big Ree. You were out in Colorado and Denver, and we went out Friday night. Hit up Poppy. I told you I've been craving Poppy's tacos and churros.
Yeah.
And we hit up Poppy's tacos and churros. Place was fire. Absolute fire. Me, Javi, Harry B came out.
Wow, that's crazy.
Harry B came out. Double A came out. Shout out to Double A. He was actually having a surgery this morning.
Yeah.
Hope all went well. Double A, and you're recovering. So hope you're doing good, bro. But we went to Poppy's Tacos and Churros in the Hollywood area.
Yeah.
Place is fire. I had 2 birria tacos, 3 chicken tacos, pollo tacos, and one carne asada taco.
That's great.
With the consomme to dip that in. Fire, absolute fire. Had the Mexican cola. So now they sell Mexican cola, and they don't sell any Coca-Cola products there. So they got the actual Mexican cola straight from Mexico.
Yeah.
And that was pretty solid. So overall, that place is fire. Underrated. I don't know why we don't go there more often, Big Ree.
Yeah.
So that was fire. Then we hit up a churro. Even though it's called Poppy's Tacos and Churros, we actually went to another churro spot. And we in Hollywood, a churro cart. That place was pretty fire.
Yeah.
Pretty up there with close to Dawn.
Damn, that's very up there.
Straight up there with Dawn. We actually wanted to hit up Horchataria. They have a few locations in LA, but these guys close early, bro.
Yeah, like 9.
Yeah, I don't know what's up. We were not even down with Poppy's by 9, so it didn't work out there. But that, I wanted to hit that place up, but it didn't work out. So that was solid, and we went out. Then we went out to Koreatown at nighttime and hung out, spent some time out in Koreatown.
Very nice.
So we had a good night. I'm glad Harry B. It's been a while since Harry B. has joined us at nighttime adventures.
Yeah.
And so Harry B. came out. It was a good evening, and then even Saturday we hit up. Saturday we were out. We hit up a burger spot out in LA. Got some burgers and some fries, and
Nice.
it was good. So overall, I was out every day of the week.
That's
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
It was good. On Sunday. So on Sunday, then we're like, Sunday, got to get some food. Javi hits me up. Javi's like, hey, I want to hit up this buffet. We've been there before, but I'm just in the mood. So we go to Damasi's. So Damasi's Mediterranean Buffet.
Yeah.
They're in the city of Cerritos. They actually opened a second location in Anaheim.
Yeah.
And, history on Damasi's, they opened up in Texas. They have 20 locations in Texas. So anybody that it's in LA, I highly recommend Damasi's Mediterranean Buffet. It's about $30 a pop. All you can eat. They got hummus. They got salads, pastas, soups, pizza, all sorts of breads. And then they got beef kebab, chicken kebab, all sorts of chicken, roasted chicken, fried chicken, wings, fried fish, gyro meat, all sorts of stuff. Desserts, all you can eat drinks, desserts. Bro, I ate so much that day, Big Ree. Me and Javi were just freaking going to town. Highly recommend anybody that's out in LA, go to Damasi's. When's the last time you've been to Damasi's?
It's been a while. I think we went for Harry B's birthday.
Is that where we went? That's right. That was last year. Was that last year?
That was this year.
Maybe this year, the beginning of this year.
Yeah, I remember when it was. I just don't want to say it for some reasons.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, so Harry B's birthday, we went out, and Damasi's is solid.
Yeah.
Solid. So that was good. And when are we going to, your birthday, Big Ree, recently, your birthday is coming up. And so what are we going to do for your birthday, Big Ree? Everybody's asking me. They're like, hey, you're seeing, you're seeing Big Ree. Find out what's the plans for the birthday.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
No. We're not punting this away, Big Ree. Where are we gonna go?
Yeah. So we're gonna try some licorice right here.
What do you mean? We're not jumping into that segment. What do you? They want to know where are we gonna go for your birthday?
We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
What's on your list, bro? What are you thinking? People want to know.
Probably Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. I think that's a great option.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want some Mexican food is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your birthday's coming up soon, Big Ree, so don't wait too long to decide. All right, let's get into the food segment of the show. We're trying a new item, Big Ree. What do we got here?
Licorice. I think you brought this. I've never even heard of this brand.
Wiley's Wallabies Licorice. We got a mixed pack here. We got strawberry, watermelon, and green apple. This thing is fire. I actually picked this up at DIY store. It's kind of like an Osh / Home Depot Low store, and I was buying some stuff there maybe a couple months back, and then I was like, dude, I saw this online, and I'm a First of all, I love licorice, sour licorice, all that good stuff. And I always like green apple. It's my favorite. So I was like, oh, interesting. It looks pretty solid. Picked it up. It said fat-free, no high fructose corn syrup, vegan Big Ree. And then you get 3 pieces, are only 90 calories, 11 grams of sugar. So I was like, oh, this is pretty solid. And I was like, okay, made in the USA, that's always good. I picked up the green apple and I thought it was fire.
Yeah.
I've never tried the other flavors, so I was like, okay, and I know you haven't tried this. I was like, this is perfect. Where is this made out of? Where does it say? It's a K&L Family Brands, distributed in Minnesota. Perham, Minnesota, Big Ree. Don't know where that is. 50 years. And hometown values to the, bringing the hometown values. Wiley Wallabies. So let's pop this open, Big Ree.
Go ahead, you started.
Pop this open. Let's see what we think. Are you like a licorice guy?
Absolutely.
All right, Big Ree. I've tried the green apple. I haven't tried the others, but I'm gonna let. Ooh, the smell. It smells so good, Big Ree. I'm gonna let you pop. It smells so good, bro. The bag, you open it and you just feel it coming at you. It smells good. The smell is a 10 out of 10 right away.
I think I got the apple.
Okay, get some more. You got to try every flavor. This looks like a watermelon. Oh my God. What do you think?
Really good.
Very good, bro. I love these. I haven't tried the watermelon. Watermelon's got a fresh taste to it. They're not super hard. There's no like sugar on it. You know, some of the Sour Patches, like the Rips, have all the sugar. There's no sugar. It's not too hard. It's not super soft. It's just honestly perfect. A watermelon fire. This is a strawberry. This pack was $5.99. I'm sure you can buy it online for cheaper. They got more flavors online too. They got the black licorice and then they got a mango. Cherry. No, water. This strawberry is not bad, but I've never been huge on strawberry licorice. What's your favorite flavor? Did you try all 3?
I would say watermelon.
Watermelon fire. That's not bad though. 3, only 90 calories.
Yeah.
Want some more?
No, I'm good.
Come on, Big Ree. We're not starting up the show until we finish the whole bag. Come on.
I'll take one more.
We gotta finish the whole bag, Big Ree. Look, if somebody from this company, Wiley Wallabies, is watching, this is non-paid promo here. Reach out to us. I mean, send us over some for the team. Or somebody tag these guys. Clip this video, tag them. We're huge fans of Wiley Wallabies. We love them. This is highly recommend them. Get in touch with us. Send us a whole box of these, 30, 40, 50 of them. We'll start giving them out. Giving them out to the DGF fam.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one more Big Ree and then I'm calling it. Man, these are good. I literally could finish this bag.
I probably could too, but we need to cut. We both. I think myself first needs to cut down on the sugar and the calories. And
I do too, for sure. Not bad. There's about like 35 pieces in here.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. This is a mixed pack, so you get strawberry, green apple, and watermelon. But you can obviously just pick one. Top 2 for me, watermelon green apple. I would say strawberry number 3 for me. What about you? I would say number 1. I like green apples though. Green apple, watermelon, and strawberry. What's your top 3?
I'd probably put watermelon 1, green apple 2, strawberry 3.
It's a close 1 and 2 for sure. I want to try out some of their other ones online, but hit us up. You guys should, I highly recommend this, boys and girls. Get it online. All right, Big Ree, let's get into some shout outs.
Shout out to Danny Zero, our boy overseas.
What's up, mate? Danny Zero, longtime viewer. I want to give a shout out to our boy from Bullhead City, Arizona, Frank Martinez, longtime viewer. Shout out to Frank Martinez.
Shout out to Takiro Kung. I haven't heard from him in a while, but I know you're still watching. You just don't want to comment.
Takiro, I hope you're doing good.
He did comment that he would be at the meetup.
He did. So that's going to be, hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll put out a date. Go ahead.
I'm thinking like November 15th or 16th, like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving would be good.
I agree. I think that's going to be that's kind of what I was thinking. It was mid-November. I told you Harry B was in studio earlier. We're trying to figure out at this point, we're just trying to figure out the venue, guys, where we can, get a group of, I don't know how many people are going to show up.
Yeah.
I would say probably like 15 to 20, where we can set up. We can have like a spot for 15 or 20 of us, and we can have some good food, and we can have some screens too.
Yeah. And this goes to our shout out. Maybe we can meet at a Vietnamese place, Corey Silva. Maybe we can hit them up and see if we can watch there, if they have games on and everything.
Potentially. I mean, we're going to definitely, hit up Corey Silva's Vietnamese restaurant soon for sure. So I already told Corey Silva before November 10th, me and Big Ree are going to be out there. Okay? So that's already done. We're going to go out there. We're going to meet Corey, eat some Vietnamese food, but we're trying to figure out the venue. Harry B was saying, hey, why don't you guys just set it up at Shakey's?
That's actually pretty good, honestly.
He said, dude, go to Shakey's. You guys get a bunch of pizza, Mojo's, chicken. Thing is, I don't know. I just told him, I'm not sure what the TV situation is there.
Yeah, you're right on that.
Is there screens, bro? We can't meet up and have no TVs,
exactly,
bro.
yeah. I think B-Dubs would probably be the best place.
So he mentioned that too. So we'll figure it out in the next week or so. We'll figure out a spot. We'll go check out some venues. And then we'll, If
you have any ideas, let us know. For any LA people.
Comment below, all the LA peeps anywhere in LA that you think could be a good option that we could have it, let us know and we'll get that set up. Let's continue with the shout-outs, Big Ree.
Shout out to all the boys in Colorado, Teak, and everyone else in Centennial and Littleton. And special shout out to Ahmed. It was great seeing you, bro.
All right, and then I want to give a shout out. So on our YouTube page and on our studio page, I got some recommendation for some sports betting podcast, right? I was like, let me just check this out, and I checked out the sports betting podcast. I was like, this is pretty interesting. I like the vibe with these boys. These guys are putting in work, throwing out like their picks. They're just chopping it up. They're in like a room. It looks like maybe it's like the basement area of their house or something, or like they got a separate like TV area, and they set up the studio, and the boys are just chopping up football, giving their picks, giving what they like, and it was a really good vibe. And I watched the video and I was like, man, these boys are solid. They're putting in work. So shout out to the Tory B podcast. The boys look like they're out, sports betting podcast. It looks like they're out of Detroit. So they got a bunch of Detroit gear and stuff in the background. Detroit. Love Detroit, boys and girls. I'm hopefully going to be out there soon, boys and girls, and boys can show us around. But sports betting podcast, and these guys are chopping it up. I mean, they're putting in work. So look, I like the podcast, and I told them, hey, dude, you guys are putting in good work. Keep it up. It looks like the team is Tory B. One guy's Tory B. I think he's the head dude there, or one of the top guys, maybe the commentator. We got Eastside Yak.
That's a cool name. Yeah. I love that name. I just love that name.
Eastside Yak. I think one of the dudes' name, it wasn't clear because they don't do clear introductions, so just feedback. Grand Champ.
Yeah.
And then the other guy is Cho Baby. So Cho baby. So they got a good group. And then the episode that I watched, they had a special guest in studio, Talani.
These names are just great.
These guys are real deal. I like their show, and I think, you know, I'm gonna put a link in the description if you guys want to check them out. Look, this is no sponsorship or nothing. I just saw them. I like the grind. These guys are putting in the work and so solid. So check them out. So that gets it with the shout outs.
Yeah, let's get into the picks. What everyone's waiting for.
All right, everybody's waiting for the picks. So without further ado, here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos. Chicos y chicas, let's go. All right, game one. I got the Arizona Cardinals at the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are a 3-point favorite. We got Arizona 3-4, coming off a 17-15 win versus the Chargers. They won, but they did give up 395 yards to a really poor offensive team in the Chargers. The Chargers are not a good offensive team, but they gave up, I think, 349 passing yards to Herbert. Kyler Murray looked good, 14 for 26, 145, one touchdown, one interception, but he had a nice rushing touchdown. And, you know, here's the thing. They're just, honestly, they're not playing great at all. And, but, look, they had some big wins on the season. They beat up on the Rams 41-10, and then they beat the San Francisco 49ers. That was a good win for Arizona. But then we got Miami, who's 2-4. They're coming off a 16-10 loss at Indy. They actually outgained Indy 337-284. They should have won this, but once again, you know, they had some turnovers. They missed a field goal, and you just cannot win games when you're losing the turnover battle. Once again, this is a completely different team without Tua. Word on the street is that Tua should be returning this week. I believe he is going to return. Here's a stat for you boys and girls. Without Tua, the Dolphins are 2-8 under Mike McDaniels. With Mike McDaniels, the coach, without Tua, they are 2-8 without Tua starting. And with Tua starting, they are 20-10. I want that to sink in. So I know Big Ree for a while was saying Mike McDaniels made Tua's career, but I don't know if the numbers say the same thing, because without Tua, these guys are complete crap. And Tua is expected to play, and I think this is a big game for Miami to have any chance at all to maybe get a wild card spot. And this is an easy one, boys and girls. This is my lock of the week. I'm taking the Dolphins -3. All right, game two. We got the Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Falcons are a 2.5-point favorite. Atlanta 4-3, coming off a 34-14 loss to Seattle. They outgained Seattle, but they had 3 turnovers by Kirk Cousins, and they missed a field goal. Once again, you cannot turn over the ball that many times and expect to win the game. They snapped a 3-game winning streak for Atlanta. They did beat Tampa Bay 36-30 in overtime in Week 5. They actually outgained Tampa Bay in that game 550-333. So they dominated in yardage in that game. And then Tampa Bay, they're coming off a 41-31 loss to Baltimore. They were down 34-10 going into the fourth, so don't let this score fool you. They were actually just being blown out. They have a good offensive team here. Baker is playing well, leading the team, but defense is just horrible, honestly. They got a horrible defense. They gave up 41 to Baltimore, 27 to New Orleans without Carr, 36 to Arizona, 16 to Pittsburgh, and then 26 to Denver. So, look, Tampa Bay just, they're giving up, 16 to Philly, my mistake. They're just giving up a lot of points. Their defense is not good. Baker's having a career year, though. 70% completion, 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions only, 1,800 yards. So Baker's balling out. But first of all, here's my thought. Baker had a career half against Atlanta in Week 5, okay? Career half. 3 touchdowns, played lights out. And then he didn't do anything in the second half, but played lights out in the first half of that game. Now he has no Godwin. He has no Evans. Mike Evans is not playing. Then we got Atlanta, who they had a bad game right now against Seattle. I like them to bounce back. I don't like Kirk Cousins. I think Kevin have a good game here. He's going to ball out again. This is another easy one, boys and girls. I'm taking Atlanta -2.5. All right, game 3. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Chiefs are a 10-point favorite. The Chiefs 6-0, coming off a 28-18 win versus San Francisco. They played decent and they still won this game, but I'll give them credit. They made the plays when they had to. They were converting on third downs. Mahomes is making the plays when he needed to. Mahomes 16 for 27, 154 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Mahomes 67% completion, 1,300 yards in 6 games, 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions on the season. What is going on? Kareem Hunt is playing good in absence of Pacheco. They have the number 4 rush defense in the league. But other than that, their offense is very mediocre right now. Defense is mediocre. Everybody wants to talk about, their defense is so great. Stop it. Stop it. Their defense is not even that great. Then we got, Las Vegas, who's 2-5. They're coming off a 2015 loss to the Rams. They should have won this game, but they had 4 turnovers and they had 5 field goals in this game. If they converted better, they should have easily won this game. They are a better team than their record shows, but here's the problem. They are leading the league in turnovers. They have 16 turnovers on the season and only 13 takeaways. That's a 13 difference in turnovers. And I like Minshew to have a better game. I think he's going to ball out. I don't know if they're going to – I know they signed Ritter off the practice squad, but I don't think they're going to let him start right away. And so I think Minshew gets the start, but he's going to be on a short leash. But obviously Minshew has not been playing good this year with a lot of turnovers. But prior to this season, he has 59 touchdowns versus 26 interceptions. So he's actually controlled the ball well. But this year, for some reason, his turnovers are just really bad. But I really like the Raiders. I know everybody's going to give me crap. You're going against the Chiefs. Yes, I'm doubling down here on the Raiders. And I actually have Kansas City on upset alert. Not on just like a slight upset alert. I actually think that I really like the Raiders to win this game outright. Okay? I like them to beat the Chiefs outright here. And I'm taking Las Vegas +10. Love this pick. All right, Big Reed, let's go.
The first game I got is the Bills at the Seahawks. Seahawks 4-3, coming off a huge win, 34-14 versus Atlanta. Bills 5-2, coming off a 34-10 win versus the Titans. Nothing impressive there, as we did talk about. They were down 10-0. And Seattle, this is being played in Seattle, as I mentioned. The 12th man is going to be roaring. DK Metcalf is questionable, but I'm going to roll with the Bills here. I'm going to take the Bills -3. I think it's a pretty easy one. The second game I got is the Giants at the Steelers. Giants coming off a whooping. We didn't talk about the game. It was so bad. 28-3 to Philly. Steelers coming off a huge win, 37-15 on Sunday night. Russell Wilson played well. George Pickens stepped up. And what my take is, everyone is going to be overly impressed by the Steelers here. And everyone's going to hammer the Steelers. And I'm going to go the opposite way. It's 6.5 right now, but I'll buy half a point and hammer that, go really heavy on that. So that's my lock. Take the Giants +7. The last game I got is the Bears at the Commanders. Bears 4-2, coming off a bye week, Commanders coming off a win versus Panthers 40-7. Big news, obviously, QB Jaden Daniels. He's week to week. I personally think he can play here if it was a playoff game, but they're not going to play him. Bears have a solid defense, and I'm taking under 44.5.
You're taking the under in that game.
Before we log off, make sure to subscribe, like, comment.
Join the membership, boys and girls, and get your merch. Join the membership, support the channel, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week. The Thursday night video will come out soon as well.